Hey, what's up guys, Helio here, and today I'll be unboxing and giving you my initial impressions on the Tecno Spark 5. This is an entry-level to mid-range smartphone from the Tecno team, and I'll be giving you the lowdown on this device and if this is a device that you should consider buying. But before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, it would be awesome if you could hit that subscribe button to be a part of this family. Without wasting much time, let's get down to the unboxing and review of the Tecno Spark 5. So the Tecno Spark series is Tecno's entry-level smartphone, and its target demographic is young people on a serious budget. The Spark 5 sports two variants this year, the Spark 5 which comes in at 49,000 Naira, which is $110, and the Spark 5 Air at 47,000 Naira, which is $105. Both phones feature an IPS LCD display with a 20:9 aspect ratio, and it's capped at a resolution of 720p. Both variants are running on Android 10 with Tecno's iOS 6.0 over Android, although the Spark 5 Air is on Android Go edition. Both come with a large 5000 mAh battery and sports the same design language. Both come with 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. Both record videos in 1080p at 30 frames per second on both the front and rear cameras. Both sport dual nano SIM slots with an SD card slot for expansion as the case may be. Both variants use the MediaTek 6761, which is the Helio A22, an octa-core processor clocked at 2.0 GHz. Ports and button placements are the same on both variants. Power and volume buttons to the right, same tray to the left, external speaker grills, micro USB port, and the 3.5mm headphone port at the bottom, and the fingerprint reader at the back of the device. There's also a flash in the rear camera module and a notification LED to the left of the earpiece. The differences between the Spark 5 and the Spark 5 Air include the selfie cameras. Both sport an 8-megapixel selfie camera, albeit a punch hole in the Spark 5 and a water drop notch in the Spark 5 Air. The display size on the Spark 5 comes in at 6.6 inches, while it's 7 inches on the Spark 5 Air. You've got a quad camera setup on the Spark 5, consisting of a 13-megapixel f1.8 main camera, a 2-megapixel macro, and a 2-megapixel depth sensing camera. On the Air, however, we have 2 rear cameras, a 13-megapixel f1.8 main camera, same as on the Spark 5, and a QVGA camera. For the unboxing experience, you get quite a colorful two-tone box with the specifications of the device found at the bottom of the box. Opening the box, you get the usuals, the Spark 5, a 13-month warranty card, an included TPU case which is always welcome, a micro USB to USB-A cable, a 10-watt charger, a pair of earphones, and a SIM ejector pin. One of the first things you'd notice when you pick up the Spark 5 is its weight. It's quite prominent thanks to the included 5000 mAh battery. This weight also gives the device a reassuring feel in hand. The Spark 5 has a plastic shell and it's got this nice looking pattern on the back. The 6.6-inch HD Plus display on the Spark 5 is average at best. Its resolution is 720p, it looks good and colors seem vibrant and saturated on it. However, it isn't the brightest 720p LCD display I've seen. This display tops its brightness at 480 nits, and using it in direct sunlight may require some squinting to see properly. Videos, however, look decent and will be capped at 720p. Now, seeing that this device is targeted at young folks, I immediately tried out the camera, as this is one of the main features this phone's demographic will eagerly want to know about. And from initial impressions, the 13-megapixel rear shooter on the Spark 5 actually surpassed my expectations. It performed well in a room with little or no lighting, and the pictures actually turned out really good. In direct sunlight or in areas with a lot of light, you'd get good photos overall with a steady hand, and the photos I took were mostly okay, although there were some photos that came with a lot of noise in them. The selfie shots, however, were also okay, but I had a lot of graininess in those selfie shots and overexposure where you had a lot of background light. But what do you expect really from a phone at this price point? Honestly, I didn't think the cameras on the Spark 5 would perform as well as it did. For a 49,000 Naira budget phone, the cameras performed decently. I would score them a 6 out of 10, and that's quite high coming from me. The 5000 mAh battery paired with that 720p screen should give you at least a day of heavy use with some juice to spare. Looking at the software, the Spark 5 is running on Android 10 with iOS 6.0 over Android. It looks clean, but it doesn't feel fluid. I've noticed intermittent stutters around the OS, and I think it's no thanks to the processor on this one. The bloatwares are still here and I'm wary of them. This just needs to stop, Tecno. Away with the bloatware. You have system-wide dark mode thanks to Android 10, and you've also got gesture navigation on this one, although I noticed it wasn't as smooth as I'd like it to be. Overall, the software feels good and finished and testifies to the fact that Tecno keeps improving on its software regularly. The Tecno Spark series has sold a lot of these devices in the past. In 2017 alone, the Spark series averaged at 120,000 devices sold per day. That's absolutely bonkers. Tecno seems to have mastered the art of giving people what they want. A good looking functional smartphone with a big screen and at a price they can afford. The Tecno Spark 5 checks all these boxes, and I think Tecno may just have another winner in the Spark 5 and the Spark 5 Air. My review unit here is the Ice Jaded, but there are other colors included in the Spark Orange, Vacation Blue, and Misty Gray. Thanks for being a part of this unboxing and initial impression on the Tecno Spark 5. I feel it's a decent device, and for the price point it's coming in at, I think it's okay, it's not that bad. But considering the Naira to dollar exchange rate saga we have here in Nigeria, you can understand why the price point of this device may just be a little bit over what you're used to. But that aside, I think this is a pretty good device, and I think it's something that you would love to go for. Guys, if you have any questions about the Tecno Spark 5, you can leave them down in the comment section of this video and I'll get back to as much of them as I can. Again, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, it would be awesome if you hit that subscribe button to be a part of this family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.